Hello and welcome to our presentation. Judith and I are about to present to you Immigrants and Refugees Family. Migration is the movement of people and has occurred as long as mankind has existed. It is linked with global issues including economic growth, poverty, and human rights. Migration can have many social and economic benefits, but also presents challenges. On the other hand, refugees are people who run from conflict from their country to safety and often had to flee with little more than the clothes on their back, leaving behind homes, possession, jobs, and loved ones. So, what is a refugee? A refugee, by definition, are people who fled war, violence, conflict, or persecution and have crossed an international border to find safety in another country. What are immigrants? Immigrants are people who comes to live permanently in another country. I, for one, as an immigrant, I migrated from the Philippines, and so did Judith. Therefore, we are considered as immigrants. So, what are the two differences about refugee and immigrants? Immigrants choose to move, whereas refugees are forced to flee. So, what are the common reasons why people become refugees and immigrants? So, the first one we have is war. Secondly, we have economics opportunity. Third, we have climate change. So, what are the challenges of refugees or immigrants here in Canada? The following are some of the factors that makes it very difficult for immigrants or refugees. The first one we have is language barriers. For people who doesn't have English as their first language, coming to Canada could be difficult for them since they might not understand English or they have a hard time conversing in English. Secondly, we have affordable housing. Nowadays, rent is very high and inflation is also going up, so it is very hard to look for cheap rent. At the same time, housing that will be beneficial for everyone. Then you have transportation services and also cultural differences. Sometimes with different cultures, there are things that other culture does and other cultures are not aware of, and so it could clash sometimes. Next, we have the weather. Some people come from hot climates, and when they move to colder climates, their bodies have a hard time adapting to the weather. Therefore, that could be also a factor why living in Canada could be so hard. Next, we have difficulty in finding a job. So, what are the experiences of refugees and immigrants in Canada? Immigrants report higher level of life satisfaction than people in their country of origin. So, better housing, improvement in language skills, enroll children in better schools, healthcare, new opportunities for job. Whereas for refugees, they're well supported in Canada, and usually here are most of the support services Canada provide. So, first of all, greeting at the airport, temporary housing, helping with finding permanent housing, help with registering for mandatory federal and provincial programs, personal finance to keep or to help them in budgeting or setting up a bank account, debit card, credit card, and also teaching them life skills support for needs of their clients and referrals to other refugee programs. What contributions has the refugees and immigrants make to Canada? Immigrants and also refugees contribute to our economy not only by filling gaps in our labor force and paying taxes, but also by spending money on goods, housing, and transportation. The income tax paid by working Canadians pay for healthcare and other supports for retired Canadians. All right, so that concludes our presentation today. I hope you guys have learned something new and thank you.